Hi, today we are going to see how to create a ZPA app connector on CentOS machines. I have already created a CentOS machine. On top of that CentOS machine, we are going to install app connectors. The CentOS machines are configured under the Azure platform. Let's jump in and see how we can do the rest of the configurations. When you see, this is the CentOS machine I created and the version is running on this. And the CPU memory are selected here. You can choose appropriate whatever you need, but there is a minimum recommendation. You have to follow that. And also the public IP address. I just logged in with this public IP address and I'm able to authenticate with my local credentials. So I just logged in to that CentOS machine. Once you logged in, then you need to do some certain configuration to install the app connector. The first thing is you need to go to yum repository. So using the command, um, you can edit it. So this is the zscaler repository. So I just copied and paste already. We are just ensuring that the configurations are already there, and you can exit from here. If you want to see the edited configuration in the console itself, you can use cat commands and you can see the configurations. Once you've done that, you have to use yum install command to install the ZPA app connectors. So you can use sudo yum install. So since the configuration is already there, so there is nothing needs to be installed. So activity is completed. So it is prompting you saying that the action is completed already. And the second option, then you need to ensure that SSH service is enabled. Just enable the SSH service. Once you enable the SSH service, you have to go to, you have to create a provisioning key file. So, and give full access to that provisioning key file. Then you have to edit the provisioning key like this using VA editor, and you can use insert and you can enter here. Before and this, what you have to do, you have to create a provisioning keys. In order to the provisioning keys, you have to go to application app connectors under administration, then click add app connector, and either you can create a new or use the existing one. Let me create a new one, and you can select the certificate, any connector certificate which configured already, you can choose it and click next. And you can define a new group, that is CentOS app connector or connector groups. And also you can choose the appropriate details like from where you are connecting, the location. Maybe you can you say like this is gonna install on Ireland. And also you can say when the update has to be happen. You can say it's on Saturday and around okay, that is fine. Do you need any version controls or those information you can choose, and IPv prioritization is needed or not. IPv4 only resolution should happen, like that you can do. And also the status enabled or disabled, you can choose appropriate details. And at the bottom you will have next. When you click next, it will ask you to enter the provisioning key name. So this is for the CentOS machines, so I'm just using CentOS PK, and the maximum devices is 3, and click next. It will showcase you the detail and you can save the config. When you click save, you will get the provisioning key. You can just copy this provisioning key and go to the uh, CentOS machine and you can paste it and save the configuration. If you want to see the provisioning key is directly added or not, you can use date cat command and you can validate with your maybe you can put it in a notepad and you can see if that is happening correctly configured or not. Once the provisioning key is added, you have to start the ZPA connector. and see whether the ZPA connector is started or not using the status command. So call log status. So there are some information is there. You can just edit it. So after some time, you could see the status is updated. So you can see the status is saying it is active, running, and it's connecting to the respective cloud. And there is some synchronization process is going on. And you can redo that again. And currently installed version is this one. Okay, this one is the currently installed version. So those informations are there. Then go to the portal and validate it. You can close this and you can click on connector groups and back to here, and you could see the new CentOS is created and it is in disconnected state. The system process, everything is completed, and I could see it's now completed, and the version current software version is used 21.352. The status is disconnected. Maybe you can go somewhere and come back to the app connector module to validate whether it is connected or not. Yeah, now it is saying connected, and there is an update and it is waiting for a scheduler to complete. Before that, you can click on update now, and once you click update, system will automatically enforce this new package to the app connector, and app connector will start doing the configuration, upgradation configuration. We could see the current connector software set to upgrade 299 seconds. So within 299 seconds, the upgrade will happen, and a restart also will happen. Once it is restarted, the images will come back. You can just validate the access. Okay, still not initiated the restart. Maybe we can wait for some time and we can see the status. Once the upgradation is completed, the agent app connector service will be restarted. So after restart, you could see the new process ID is created over here. And also you can validate the same under the portal under app connector area itself. You can just go here and see whether the status is changed from schedule to a new agent is agent version is upgraded now, right? So here you could see the name of the one is related to say or same as the provisioning key and some dynamic values. If you want to change it, you can change this. So certain companies will use certain host names. You can use the specific host names for each app connectors, and you can do that. So in this section, we just briefly discussed about how to configure ZPA connectors on uh, CentOS machines. And this deployment, we used CentOS 8 version, and the generic method is used to provision a operating system, CentOS operating system. I used Azure templates to go it. There is no custom templates or any script used. If your corporate having such custom template configurations or anything, you can leverage that way as well. So before doing, you may need to run through the compliance checks as well. So as per your corporate needs. That's it today. Thank you for your time. Have a good day.